But one of the most meaningful programs is when the ITC launched this year was TechBridge. And it is a mentorship program designed to connect Idaho Tech students with mentors, with professionals. We are so excited. And before we share a little bit about that, I want to recognize Betsy Davies. A lot of you know her, our Vice President of Operations.
And also the wonderful coordinator that you have as well, Tim McGrath. Tim, you're out there as well. These two were a whole part of your TechBridge, truly incredible program that you did. Listen to this. It is awarded over $100,000. That's big time money for our youth. Yes. And that is wonderful. So it's done that in scholarship grants, supported more than 200 mentorship connections between students and mentors. Yeah. Should we listen to a little bit more on this video?
I think we should.
And then I think you're going to meet a special guy.
Yep.
Hello, my name is Kara Van Sant. I am the director at Boise State's Venture College, and I am a TechBridge mentor.
My name's Lacey Bowden, and the TechBridge program has been a great blessing for my family and I.
My name is Michael Emerson, and I was one of the recipients of the TechBridge grant.
By receiving the TechBridge Access Grant, I am allowed to work less and go to school more and focus more on homework and succeeding.
Hello, my name is Rhonda Frith-Lyons, and I'm the founder and managing principal of the Sassy Entrepreneur here in Boise, Idaho, and I'm a TechBridge mentor.
Hello, this is Sayed. I really appreciate you guys. What are you guys doing? It's really remarkable.
My name is Rich Stuffy. I'm a huge supporter of the ITC, and I am a TechBridge mentor.
I'm here to talk about a technology that I think will greatly mitigate the semiconductor workforce development issue that we have in the United States. So the United States has a great responsibility to ensure economic and national security stability in the United States. And government and industry have incentives and agree that maintaining semiconductor leadership in the United States is critical to our modern technological infrastructure. My name is Christopher Johnson. I'm a student at Brigham Young University, Idaho, studying electrical engineering, and I love semiconductors.
This is power. This is power.
Good evening, everyone. I am so thankful to be here. My name, again, is Christopher Johnson, and I do love semiconductors. So, thank you guys. But I'm also a TechBridge mentee and an advocate for the Idaho Technology Council. So I'm very thankful for Diane and for Betsy and for Tim. They've helped me out. They've been advocates for me as well. And I couldn't be more thankful for them and everything they've done for me. And it's an honor to be here tonight, surrounded by others who care about STEM, who care about innovation, and who care about my home state in Idaho. And I first connected with the Idaho Technology Council because of a professor at BYUI, where I attend. His name is Dr. Nathan Jack. He's a phenomenal professor and has been a great mentor to me as well. I'm an electrical engineering student at BYU, Idaho. And in that degree, you're exposed to a very wide range of classes, and you're exposed to and learn many different skills. And so there's a lot of paths you could go down in electrical engineering. And I've always been interested in semiconductors, but it's still hard to know exactly where to go. So when pondering which avenue to go down, Dr. Jack recommended to me that I join the Idaho Tech Council and the TechBridge program so that I could get some insight and some professional counsel and which avenues to go down and to help with some of the things that I struggle with in my degree. And I greatly benefited from my mentor. His name was Aaron Neal, and he had gone through a lot of struggles that I went through when he was a student, and he brought a lot of counsel to me and a lot of really valuable insight. And so he offered a ton of genuine encouragement and advice. And so I definitely wouldn't have grown as much as I've grown now without him and without the TechBridge program. So Aaron, thank you so much for helping me. I looked for you before this event. I couldn't find you. If you're out there, thank you so much, Aaron. So through TechBridge, I found more than just a scholarship. I found that mentorship I was talking about, opportunity, and a community that believes in me. So again, thank you so much, ITC, seriously. I want to talk a little bit about my internship, what you saw on that screen there. So earlier this year, when I was doing mentorship with ITC, I got accepted to do an internship with IEEE USA in Washington, D.C. And so over there, I got to represent Idaho. It was great. But I found that while I was there, while I went there to focus a lot of my time around semiconductor policy and to shrink the workforce gap, I learned a lot more things. That the government's really complicated, and enacting policies is not easy. So I went in very naively thinking I could leave changing a lot of things in the government. No, it was not that way at all. But again, I did learn the extreme complexities and how things really work in the real world. And I noticed and focused on something that I didn't really realize I'd be focusing on. And it was something that the ITC helped me realize, is that there's a much bigger and more crucial problem than semiconductor workforce gaps. We have a STEM gap. There's just STEM problems in our nation. There's just, there's a lot of unfilled, positions that we need filled. And this kind of was lingering in my mind, and I learned a much bigger problem, and it's the STEM crisis problem that we have, and it's affecting our nation's competitiveness and national security. And I learned that the most effective way to implement policy is, and especially because we're living in a time of deregulation with our current administration, that we can distribute a lot of these key responsibilities at the state level, not necessarily federal. And so that was probably the biggest thing I learned on my internship, is how important Idaho is. I learned that Idaho plays such a vital role in addressing so many challenges. So companies like Micron are leading the way for developing the cutting-edge memory of data centers and components that power technology that we all depend on in this room. You all probably have something in your pocket that's using a Micron chip. I guarantee it. Then we have the Idaho National Laboratory, who are leading the nation's nuclear development and deployment. That's huge. So the talent Idaho cultivates doesn't just impact our local economy. It actually affects the entire world. And to say that Idaho Technology Center helped me would be a huge understatement. I found myself reaching out to them for guidance and connections while I was in DC. Their guidance ended up having a huge part in my personal growth and development. And without them, I wouldn't have had the connections, support, and confidence that carried me throughout my internship. And it even carries me now. So Betsy and Diane, you provided so much mentorship to me, and I think that you are essential to people like me and to students around that are trying to grow professionally and become more confident in their degrees. And I think that the ITC is critical for the future of STEM. So I want to reemphasize, in a time of rapid change and deregulation, it's more important than ever that we advocate for local policies and to strengthen STEM education and to support. It's so important to support local organizations like the Idaho Technology Council that make efforts like these possible. So these programs taught me to be grateful, and they taught me to recognize my responsibility as an engineer. And they taught me how important it is to strengthen Idaho's technological ecosystem and to help others realize their potential as well, and to uphold the highest standards as an engineer. So tonight, I just want to say thank you again to the ITC and to the TechBridge program and to my mentors and to everyone here who invests in students like me, seriously, because you're not just supporting education, you're helping me enable Idaho's great future in the tech industry, and you're helping the United States as a whole, and you're helping students one at a time. And I seriously just love this program, so thank you all so much.
This is power. This is power.
Can I get my mic on? This is great. Christopher, thank you for representing us in DC. We really appreciate it. But before you leave the stage, I want this audience to know he's about ready to graduate from
Brigham Young University, Idaho.
Right. And he already has a job. He already has a job. Tell everybody what you're going to be doing.
I will be a product test engineer at Raytheon in Tucson, so I'm leaving. But I'll be back.
He wants to come back, Idaho employers, but let him go learn a lot, right? And bring that knowledge back to us. Christopher, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job. You are welcome.